Hi everyone, I hope you're all rested and ready to go, because today we'll be looking at the penultimate sword that can be used to create the Knight's Edge. Yes, it's the Light's Bane from Terraria. The Light Bane is a broadsword forged from demonite sourced from the corruption, and is the interchangeable counterpart to the Crimson's Blood Butcherer when crafting the Knight's Edge. While being a broadsword, the blade can be swung quicker than most of its contemporaries. However, in trade-off, it has somewhat reduced damage output. Other than being a blade unique to the corruption, there is actually nothing really that impressive to mention in regards to the Light's Bane. There are no status effects that can be inflicted when using the blade, and its damage output is somewhat lacking, with far more powerful swords that can be obtained in its place. The few points that the Light's Bane have going for it are that it's relatively easy to craft, requiring only 10 demonite bars, and its high swinging speed, meaning that enemies do not have a chance to gain ground on the user between attacks. In all, it would appear that this sword's sole importance is to merely craft the Knight's Edge. However, it may be in this respect that it's actually the most important component, as it introduces the darkness implied in the Knight's Edge's name, that the Light's Bane holds a power that can only be unlocked when it is combined with weapons of elemental power. This idea can be reinforced to an extent, given that it has been observed that demonite pulses with dark energy, so it can only be assumed that the weapon crafted from the material will do a similar thing. Some have even suggested that the Light's Bane was never meant to be used as a weapon in the first place, that it's a storage module for the dark power of the corruption more manageable than a pile of demonite bars, and a template to be built on, such as in the case of a Knight's Edge. This might even suggest that there are other fusion weapons in the vein of the Knight's Edge, although none are presently known about. More obscure tales relating to the Light's Bane, including those that tell of mysterious dark brotherhoods that would use the sword as a sort of seed to spread the corruption, allowing it to infect areas far beyond those it otherwise would have. By no means confirmed, the stories seem to suggest that the cult members indoctrinated by the corruption's power will carry the swords with them to distant lands, only to stab them into the ground so that the blade's dark energy would leach into the surrounding earth, leaving the sword itself as a brittle relic embedded in the living rock. These rumours of corrupt cults have never been corroborated though, and as such these stories should be thought of as nothing more than legends. While being relatively easy to craft, if you're able to reliably dispatch the Eater of Worlds or the Eye of Cthulhu, and quite weak given what else can be sourced at much the same time, the Light's Bane can be thought of as a pretty forgettable addition to your arsenal. But given that it's a key item in the crafting of the Knight's Edge, this weapon has been assigned an artifact rating of at least noteworthy. I realise that there may be some Light's Bane fans among you, but it just really isn't that great of a sword, and crafting a better sword with it is literally its only redeeming feature. But of course, if you disagree, as always you know where to post your angry comments. Make sure you subscribe for more course content, and become a Patreon if you want to get into my new class the university is letting me run. Apparently they want to reward paying students with extra stuff, but it just seems like a lot of extra work to me. Anyhow, make sure you're here at the same time next week, and as always, have a great week.